In this video, I'm gonna show you 5 things I love about my Lexus GS350 F-Sport. Now, the first thing I love would have to be the exterior design, especially this front end. It is so aggressive, especially for 2013, so it's actually 12 years old. It just looks great. I actually got a comment on my video of why I bought this car. If you haven't seen that, make sure to go check it out. But someone actually said the front end of this, specifically that right there, kind of looks like Darth Vader's helmet on both sides.
I am your father.
And honestly, I can kind of see what they're talking about. I definitely do see the resemblance. I also really like the side profile design. Not only does it look super luxurious, but you can definitely tell there's a lot of sportiness to it, especially with these beautiful 19-inch F-Sport rims. And you can really see that Japanese styling where it curves on the back right there. And then moving on to the rear, I really do like the rear design as well, but not nearly as much as the front. And honestly, from a distance, it kind of looks like a Hyundai Sonata or a lot of really basic sedans. Now, from like an upwards angle, you can tell how aggressive it looks. From a distance, it kind of does really blend in. But like I said, the front end is completely unique. It looks absolutely stunning. And that brings me on to the second thing I love about this car, which is the interior. Now, I think this interior is incredibly timeless, especially for being 12 years old. Literally everything in here is purposely designed. And I honestly prefer this over a lot of new interiors that are coming out in 2025. The screen in this is actually very big. It is 12.3 inches. It was the biggest at the time back in 2013. And instead of just slapping a 55-inch TV on the dash like every car that comes out in 2025 is doing, this screen is actually recessed into the dash and looks very well designed. I also love how this car has physical buttons instead of having to rely on a touchscreen for literally everything. I much prefer that. Lexus is still one of the only few manufacturers doing that in 2025. Almost every single brand has switched to a touchscreen, and everything just gets dirty and grimy because of your fingers, and I just don't really like it. I also love the analog clock on the dash. Lexus actually has done away with that now. I don't think it's in any one of their models anymore, which is very sad because this is what makes a Lexus in my opinion. Some people will call this old-fashioned or outdated, but I absolutely love it. And at nighttime, it looks so elegant. And briefly, I'll go over a few features I really like in the interior. So you get heated and cooled seats as standard, which are really good because when it gets super hot outside, there is no better feeling than having a cooled seat. And when it's really cold in the winter, obviously heated seats are a no-brainer. You also get 3-way memory seats. That way you can save different seating positions. And not only does it save the seat position, it saves the steering wheel position, the mirror position, and I'm pretty sure that's it. But either way, it's not just the seats. You also get a power sunshade in this car, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't use it very much, but it is very nice to have. And one of my other favorite things about the interior actually goes back to the screen. Whenever you start the car, there is this really nice starting animation. It kind of shows the car and makes it look all cool. It's just really special to have, especially from a car this old. And also what I really like, which you don't fully get in the facelift GS, which came out in 2016, is the drive mode select. It shows a little graph on the screen, which kind of shows what it's doing. It'll show like it's tightening the steering or the suspension. The 2016 just says Sport or Sport Plus, and you control the drive modes with the little knob here. You twist it right once to go into Sport mode, and then you twist it again right to go into Sport Plus. Then you can press it to go back in normal mode, twist it to the left to go in eco mode, which actually does help to get you a little bit better MPG. And if it's snowing, you press the snow button, which really just limits a lot of the throttle control. And lastly, my favorite feature would be the seats. Now in the F-Sport package, you get 16-way adjustable seats. So you have a leg extension here that kind of comes out and supports your legs a little bit. You also have bolsters that can tighten. So if you're going around corners, having really tight bolsters, kind of like a bucket seat, feels great. Now, if you want a deeper dive into all of the features in this interior, or even more reasons why I really like it, or interior features that are only available on the F-Sport package, make sure to check out my video going over reasons why I bought this car, and I think you should too. In that video, I go way more in depth over the interior. So if you want to learn more, go ahead and watch that video. Now, the third thing I love about this car is how it drives and handles. Now this car handles very well for two reasons. One of them being the F Sport package, which that gives the GS350 upgraded rims, so 18 to 19 inch. They are also staggered, so they're thicker in the rear, which helps with grip. You also get upgraded suspension, and if you put this car in Sport Plus mode, the suspension actually stiffens. And also when you put it in Sport Plus mode, the steering rack gets very tight, which makes the steering feel incredibly responsive. And the second reason is because this car has rear wheel steering, which is such a rare option on this car. I've only seen like 3 other people in some Facebook groups that actually have that option. And that basically makes it so whenever you're going, I think under 30 miles per hour or less, the rear wheels actually turn the opposite direction as the front to kind of make you circle around something. If you're going 50 miles per hour or faster, the rear wheels turn in the same direction as the front, which that makes you literally feel like you are gliding on rails. So if I take a curve at 50 miles per hour plus, I literally feel the car slide across. Not actually slide, but if you've ever been on a roller coaster, you know what I'm talking about. Now the fourth thing I love about this car is the engine and transmission. So the engine in this car, codenamed the 2GR FSE, is so incredibly rev happy and peppy, and it makes most of its horsepower in the high RPM range, so probably 4,000 plus. So to really feel all of the power, you have to rev this car out. And this car, being a 2013, actually has the 6-speed transmission. It is the only year to have that and be rear-wheel drive.
Pause. 2014 through 2020 model years have an 8-speed transmission if they are rear-wheel drive, and are a little slower than the 6-speed transmission.
Every all-wheel drive model has that, so 2013 through 2020, they all have the 6-speed transmission, but with the all-wheel drive, you're not getting rear-wheel drive, and you're also getting the added weight, so it is a little bit slower. So my car, the 2013 GS350 rear-wheel drive, is the fastest GS350 you can get. Obviously, I'm not talking about the GSF here. Of course, that's faster, but this is literally the best you can get. And when you put this car in Sport Plus mode, it wakes up the engine, and the transmission shifts a lot quicker and is also tuned very aggressive. And lastly, that brings me to number 5, and that would be the reliability of this car. Now, this car literally only really needs basic maintenance like oil changes, fluid changes, spark plugs, just literally anything a regular car would need. It does not matter how hard I drive this car, it literally does not break. Now, obviously, it's not invincible, that's not possible, but compared to a lot of other cars, this car is extremely reliable. Now, as a bonus, I'm gonna give you a 6th reason why I love this car, and that would be the purchase price I actually got this at. So I paid $12,500 for this, and it had like 143,000 miles when I bought it. Right now it sits at 145,000 miles, so basically 150,000 miles. Now, yes, that is very high mileage for any car, but for a Lexus that's been well maintained, it literally is nothing. Now, there are a lot of other cars you could buy for that money, like some BMWs, Mercedes, like so many other cars. And obviously I'm a little bit biased, but with this car, you get almost flawless reliability while also being able to actually have fun in this car. Thank you to Top Don for sponsoring today's video. They actually sent me this Bluetooth OBD2 scanner, and this connects to your phone and it can run diagnostics. It can check any code, it can clear any code, it can actually view live data, it can run a smog check, do 0 to 60 timings, it can even be a heads-up display. Literally almost anything this thing can do. So to use this, first plug it into the OBD port. Now every car has an OBD port. It's probably right under the driver's side here. So go ahead and find that and plug it in. Now that you have it connected, put your car in accessories mode. So I'm going to press the start button twice. Now do not actually turn the engine on because it will not be able to scan it properly. And then the next step is getting your phone and connecting it to Bluetooth. So now that we are connected, we can go ahead and perform any one of these features here. I am going to do a full vehicle health check, so I'm going to click that. All right, so it just finished scanning the car, and as you can see, there are definitely a lot of faults here. So we can click on this and see exactly what the problems are. So as you can see, we have some problems with our traction control system. We also have 3 engine codes, which are P0430. These are just catalytic converter problems. Now, some of these codes obviously are more severe than others, but I can click clear DTCs, and I'm guessing at least half of these will actually go away. Now it is giving us a score of 100 since I cleared all of those codes. Now obviously I'm assuming some of those will come back specifically for the catalytic converter, but either way it's nice to know it actually worked. So as you can tell, this thing works great and the app is very easy to use. I think this really comes in handy if you're a person who works on cars a lot, or if you just have your own car and you don't want to have to take it to a mechanic to get it inspected. You can literally do it yourself. So if you want one of these, definitely check out my link in the description and go pick one up. So yeah, if you're in the market for this car, definitely make sure you find one with a good maintenance record, and also go watch some of my other videos where I cover reasons why I think you should buy this car, or one of my other videos where I actually go over the problems my specific car has with almost 150,000 miles on it. So yeah, with that said, that is 5 things I love about this car. Very soon I will also be making a video going over 5 things I hate about this car. And yes, even though I'm a little bit biased, there are several things I don't like about this car. So definitely stay tuned for that video if you're seriously thinking about purchasing one of these. Anyways, with all of that said, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss any future videos. And if you have any questions about my car or about this car in general, definitely make sure to comment down below. And yeah, if you stayed till the end, you're a real one, and I appreciate you watching.